Two properties belonging to music mogul Sean Diddy Combs in Los Angeles and Miami were searched Monday by federal Homeland Security investigations agents and other law enforcement as a part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation by federal authorities in New York. It's not clear whether Combs was the target of the investigation. Probably.
But they had his kids in handcuffs.
The officials were not authorized to publicly discuss details of the investigation. In a statement, Homeland Security Investigations said it, quote, executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners.
They didn't find anything. No way.
They said that they were searching for sex trafficking or for human trafficking reasons, and they were carrying stuff out. They had his kids in handcuffs. They dragged everybody that was in the house outside. You don't think they found anything?
I don't think they found. I think who Diddy is connected with. I think they knew that this was coming, and he got rid of everything way before.
Okay, but here's the thing: if you get rid of it. Like if you destroy it, get rid of it. Do some, pour coke on it, burn it, do everything else. If you think you deleted the stuff,
right.
They're finding all that.
I agree.
So
whatever,
I don't know how smart they are. They may have taken it. It may be over in Bangladesh now, being burned up and who knows what. But if it's in the area, even if he moved it somewhere else or whatever, but if he thought he deleted those files, man, those tech guys can find all that stuff.
That is what's scary, but you're right. If he moved his stuff to like off-site servers out of the country, there's no getting any of that.
Yeah, I'd move my stuff off on a boat, and I'd go all the way out, and then they'd throw it right in the water.
These, much like the NXT guys, are very smart when it comes to all this, and they know eventually if something goes wrong, they're going to get raided. Like, you know that's going to happen, so I imagine they all have...
I was going to say, the thing about smart people... always somebody smarter.
You're right. You're right.
So he was in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
He got out of town. Just so happened he was out of the country.
Right.
Well, they went in there and went through his stuff.
Interesting.
He let his kids stay there?
Of course. You got to make it look real.
Yeah. Can I be Diddy's lawyer for a minute?
Yeah.
This is what I would do. I would say the charges against my client are sex trafficking. Did he do it? Diddy. Diddy. I just keep on saying Diddy.
Because if his houses were all rigged up with a bunch of cameras and he has video of all these people, celebrities, politicians, interacting and having intercourse with people underage, I don't imagine that's what
we think's happening?
That's what they're alleging.
Underage sex?
Yeah.
Through parties.
Yeah.
White parties.
I don't... What are they?
White parties.
Why you got to be racist?
White party. Underage sex, but also weren't they saying that there was a lot of turning people?
Yes. Oh, yes, there was.
And then they would have that on them,
Usher and stuff they say he groomed and everything.
Justin Bieber.
Oh, how dare you disagree, Justin Bieber?
I'm sorry. I love the Bieber.
So it just goes down the line. So Diddy does Usher. Usher does Bieber. Bieber does the next one.
Bieber's like, I'm going to leave and marry this really hot girl.
Don't you remember there was a rumor that Dr. Dre was gay for a while?
No. The thing with Dr. Dre is that Dr. Dre liked to be stimulated through his prostate.
Right. Yeah.
Not necessarily that he was gay.
Well,
listen to me. I have never had that done before, but they say it is fantastic.
Right.
So I also sit here and think I will never put a rope around my neck to masturbate because
give it a shot.
Masturbating is pretty good where it's at. I don't need to take a chance. So if I did it though and it was so great, I might be like, let me try that again. Let me try that again. Till one day I do it wrong. Yeah. So Dr. Dre, I don't know that the story wasn't that he liked gay stuff. It was just that he was like being stimulated there.
The problem with that, though, is, okay, so you like that, and you're like, all right, well, a finger is nice. What about something a little bit bigger and fleshy?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what they're doing.
You got Eminem and 50 Cent that are all tied in with all that stuff. I'm just saying.
I bet you your mom's spaghetti, he didn't do anything like that.
You can't just assume that if Diddy's doing all this is an isolated incident. You know what I mean?
If you're Eminem and you're living in a trailer with your daughter on the wrong side of the tracks in Detroit, and Dr. Dre calls you and says, I got an idea for you. I'm going to make you the greatest white rapper of all time, but you got to do this.
Yeah.
I'd be like, boop, boop, let's go.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe that's what happened.
Diddy's bodyguard spoke out on this like years ago, and everyone just thought he was like a hater.
Bitter bodyguard.
Yeah. And then all these allegations came out.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like he was buying sex toys with his with Diddy, and then him and like Ja Rule used to mess around.
Ja Rule,
man. Give it to me, baby.
And is that a completely different guy from the guy who said he walked in on Will Smith doing
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes.
Those guys.
Yeah.
That's a different guy.
That's a different guy. Yeah.
So all
Everybody
these guys
can't be-
turning on their
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I think everybody's gay but me.
Maybe.
Well,
that's
give it
from
a
what I
shot.
hear.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty good.
From what I
It's
hear.
never too late.
Yeah, and then I know Diddy's head of security is also linked to a couple other celebrities that have had mishaps. Wow. Yeah,
It's wild.
Yeah, it is.
I
Like-
mean, we're going to be hearing a lot more
Yeah.
about this for sure.
I
I
think
can't wait for the documentary.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
that
dude.
would be awesome.
And Hesh was murdered, by the way, 100%.
100%. She sat up while she was dead.
Dude, if you have not seen that video of Anne Heche sitting up on a stretcher in a body bag,
Yeah.
unzipping the body bag and sitting straight up, being put in the ambulance, that is the wildest thing in
Yeah.
the world. And why people aren't talking about that, I don't
no,
know.
she's dead. She's dead.
Yeah,
She's dead.
yeah. Well, I mean, she's definitely dead. And the audio of her in her car is so eerie because you can tell that it was the car was speeding up with her trying to hit the brake.
Yeah. And she
Yeah.
was screaming.
Yeah, and she kept trying to hit the brake, and nothing was working.
The other thing is you see all these different celebrities. Do you remember when she was crazy, Mike? Whenever they put out how crazy she was?
showing
Yeah.
up in the street or nothing. What?
Yeah. Do you think that was just a
Smear
His
campaign.
smear
Yeah.
campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
100%.
all these different people that you're like, oh, they're crazy, and then you look into stuff and you go, oh,
Yeah.
are they crazy, or
Yeah.
did they just tell us they were crazy? You know, the media told us they were crazy because the higher ups are pulling the strings.
Yeah.
Calvin, I just watched the video of her get out of the body bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she,
dude.
she gets up and tries to climb out.
Yeah.
And
And
she
they-
like shoots up out of it.
And they put her back in, and you never hear from her again.
Feeling better.
And that's what like Kanye has been claiming for years,
Yeah.
that it's just a giant smear campaign against him, and everyone calls him crazy and says he's bipolar, this and that.
Well, he's crazy.
Can I tell you, he's not helping his case. The
he's
way
not.
the stuff that he says and everything is, you know.
He's not, but I mean, it just goes to show like they can do it to anybody.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can. Yeah, and I mean, maybe he wasn't crazy, but then because he was alleging that he was being forced to take pills and stuff from his head of security, and they were keeping him on lockdown. And
Do you think the whole Kim Kardashian thing was, listen, we're going to hook you up with the hottest chick on earth?
Yeah.
Shut up.
yeah,
Stop talking.
I do.
You know what I mean?
I
Like-
definitely do.
It totally
Yeah.
could be.
I made a joke with Joe and Dizzy the other day where I was like, a lot of these celebrities now that are turning on and talking about being raped, it's almost like when they get into it as kids, they're given the option, well, you're going to get raped a bunch and then you're going to be famous and set for the rest of your life, and still they'll turn on it and
Yeah.
start talking. Yeah.